I like waffles. Who doesn't? Hey everyone. Today, I hope I have a quick one. It should be quick. We're going to make some waffles. Now, one of the comments I've seen in some of my gluten-free recipes is, what about dairy-free? What about egg-free? As well as the gluten-free. Well, waffles are the perfect application for dairy-free, egg-free, gluten-free. And I'll show you how. A waffle is essentially a quick bread. So we're going to make it very similar to a quick bread. First thing we got to do, banana. Yes, we're going to use some bananas in this. Well, one. Now, mind you, this recipe can be doubled for, people who want more. I don't really think you can half it, but there's not much to it. So, we're going to start off mashing. Again, I like this potato masher. Leaves a bit of chunk to it, but not too bad. Now, we got it started there. As always, I like to add oats into my quick breads, my gluten-free quick breads that I use oat flour. So, as usual, I like to soak them. So, might as well throw them in there. And I have to go on to the dairy-free. Mind you, the banana is replacing the egg. I've got almond milk. Now you can substitute oat milk. I've tried that. It has just a little bit of a heavy flavor to it. We've got a lot of oats going in here. So I like to lighten it up with the almond milk. So we'll get these stirring up. We might as well add some more wet ingredients into this. I've got vanilla extract. I'd say that's a teaspoon. Honey. Local honey. It says so right here on the bottle. I'm going to go with about a tablespoon. I'm not going to measure that. Just like with the vanilla, just not going to measure it. I'm going to continue to mash up those bananas. I want them to be fairly well mashed. Not overly mashed, but fairly well. We're going to let this soak for a good 5 minutes. 5 minutes is up. We can start adding our dry stuff to this. First thing I'm going to do, a little flavor. I got some nutmeg. We've got vanilla in there. That's going to be good. It's going to give you a nice base. The nutmeg is going to take it to the next level. So about 10 good grinds. Stir that up. Now I've got a cup of oat flour, teaspoon of baking powder. We'll combine them real quick. Also, just a pinch of salt. Just a tiny little pinch. Now let's mix our oat flour in with our We'll give this a good stir. Now one thing you're going to find, sometimes you're going to find this, is it may be thick. If it's too thick, you can always add in a little bit more almond milk. If it's too thin, let it sit for a good 5 minutes. This is looking just about right. It's about the consistency I want. But I'm going to let it sit for, well, that 2-3 minutes because, well, I got to get my waffle iron warmed up. One thing to think about compared to other flours, oat flour with the oats and stuff like that, it takes a little bit more time to hydrate than regular wheat flour. So we got to compensate for that. We'll just let it sit for a little bit. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my waffle iron. Yeah, I got this little baby waffle iron. As some of you know, my family is into horses. And when they're camping out with the horses, these are great for in the trailer if you want waffles in the morning. So I'm going to get this fired up. You can use a full-size waffle iron for that, but I find, I don't know, I just like little waffles. If you want big waffles, go ahead and get yourself a big waffle iron. What's nice about this? They don't take up very much space. We got this at one of those big box stores. We'll let it come up to temperature. That'll give this time to hydrate, and then we can make our waffles. Okay, our waffle iron is up to temp. It's nice and hot. Time to start making waffles. Let's talk first about pan spray and your waffle iron. If you're going to use it, be very, very light with these. What happens, and I've seen this many times in a restaurant, people will go in with pan spray and they'll just put a huge coating of the oil onto the waffle iron. Well, what happens is a polymer forms on the grates that is actually stickier than not using any at all. So it's a little bit counterproductive, and what's worse is that after that's cooked for a while, it comes off on your waffles. That we don't like. So I've got this is a number 40 scoop, which is about 8/10 of an ounce for this size waffle iron. I mean, mind you, it's about 3.5 inches in diameter. I'm going to use probably about 1.5 of these scoops. There we go. Spread it out just a little bit. I'm going to put it mostly near the back, near the hinge. Just close it and let it go. Okay, my light has gone off. Time to take a look at these. Nice. Take a clean fork and we'll just work its way out of there. See? No pan spray. It didn't stick. I'm going to finish up these waffles. Oh, by the way, I'm going to park them on this towel here. Cover them up just to keep them warm. And also the towel will keep moisture from building up so that we maintain our crisp waffle-like exterior. I'm going to finish these up. And then I'll come back and we'll finish them up. Okay, they're all done. I got 9 out of that batch. A few things to remember about waffle making. 1, don't go overboard with the pan spray or the non-stick spray on the waffle iron. It may get you through this batch, but it can lead to troubles down the road. 2, thin the batter out if you need to. I had to thin mine out after about 4 waffles. It's going to happen, especially if you're using this recipe. If you're using a regular pancake batter, that may also be the case too. But it's fairly simple to do, just add a little bit more of the liquid you use. In my case, it was almond milk. 3, always load towards the hinge. What do I mean by that? You want to load it so that near the hinge, so that when it closes, it pushes the batter out from there out to the edge. 4, don't overload with batter. Why? Because I don't like cleaning up waffle batter. If you use too much, the weight of the iron is going to push it all out onto the sides, onto the counter, and it just makes a big mess. So don't overload. 5, be sure that your waffle iron is hot before the batter hits the iron. If it isn't, bad things happen. The batter or the waffles could just come apart as you open up the waffle iron. We're on to 6. 6, use good butter. I'm using that Irish stuff, Manny. And always get the good maple syrup. Life is too short to use the fake stuff. Okay? What I do when I'm at a restaurant and they have the fake stuff, I use honey. So, this is Chef Terry. Try these out. Remember, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. But not flavor-free. I'll see you next time.